they have.
What's going on? Happy Hump Day. Conscious Crew is your favorite breakdown commentator, Consciouztv. Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv show. You guys already know what we're here to get into. There's quite a lot taking place in the world, and we got to talk about it. Before we do so, please go ahead and thumbs up the video. You guys know that thumbing up the video not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Conscious Crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the sanctuary. Also, make sure that you are thumbing up the video because YouTube is playing on our head top. So we need all of the likes, whether you are a part of the Replay Gang, whether you are a Bush baby, or you are active with me in real time. Smash that like button. If you love everything that the King does, you can also donate to the platform on Cash App, $Consciouztv, and or paypal.me/ConsciouzTV. Conscious spelled with the Z on the end, just like it is here on the platform. All donation and social media handles are definitely in the description box below. Last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be your YouTube community wall, your Snapchat, your MySpace, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you in fact lay the link. Just let them whores know that we're loud, we're live, and we're certainly in color. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, what is going on, Conscious Crew? Hi. Let me speak to everybody in the sanctuary before we get started. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are as prosperously and abundantly blessed as I am. What is going on? My room is in tea. What is going on, Miss La Mesa Filipino Food Club? Hey, boo. What is going on, Arinda? Hey, Brooke. Hey, Dream Doll. What's going on, Skyrom? Oh, you heard that right, Samantha. Hey, Ashley. Charity to Give. Hey, Tam. Hey, Sin. What's going on, Adora? Hey, Tracy. What's going on, Biz Network? Bala. Rajan, hey boo, ain't seen you in a long time. Hope you are well. And yes, honey, you guys have heard correctly. We got to talk about it. What's going on, Ashley? Tamika, hey, my Aquarius moon. What's going on, Deanna? The hair is tea, especially with the Beyonce for blowing in the breeze. Thank you, Deanna. What's going on, Lorraine? Hey, Sherry. Alex, what's going on, Chef? Hey, everybody. What's going on, Ari? Hey, Queen of Topics. Hey, boo. Hey, y'all. Y'all thumbs up, child. YouTube is really playing on my head top. They're doing what they always do per quarter. They slow the damn platform down as a whole. Everything moves very slow. View count, notifications, everything seems like it goes into a damn shadow ban. I know folk be buying up subscribers and viewers and shit. So YouTube is constantly purging the system. And when it does, it just slows everything down. And the people who pay for it are the folk like me. Okay, the smaller content creators are going to feel the effects more so than those content creators with millions of subscribers whose algorithms are going to work regardless. What's going on? Art by Omni. Hey, y'all. So, church announcements, I guess. So, shout out to all of y'all who were in the building for yesterday's Hot Topic. Had a really great show. We got some feedback from some conscious crew members who were like, CTV, you're looking rather youthful. Like, you just look so much more youthful these days. I mean, I think I always have looked like a bad bitch, but if I am looking particularly youthful, because other conscious crew members responded by saying, man, it's because CTV is in love. I'm not looking more youthful because CTV is in love. I've just been taking really good care of myself. That's all coming down to it. I really eat well, I work out, and I really live a stress-free lifestyle. And all of that just culminates in, I guess an overall glow. I really can't really complain. Definitely blessed and highly favored. So yeah, shout out to not looking your age. I'll be 40 in November. So I'm excited to be, vamping and, looking very regal and ageless as I become immortal and eternal. All right. So shout out to all those things. Hey, Queen Q. I think Queen Q was the one who said I look rather youthful. I was like, that's interesting. Like I don't know why, there's not anything particularly different happening. But I am keeping it light. It's so much going on in the world, y'all. I told y'all, you got to maintain your mental health. It's going to be so essential to surviving this American apocalypse that we are on the precipice of. All right. So just, stay lifted, stay prayed up, honey, and count your blessings and be grateful every single day, even if you have some struggles, because Lord knows things could always be much damn worse. And the way that the divine feminine in the age of Aquarius is feeling, she's like, girl, I can give you something to complain about if you need something to complain about. So please don't egg the universe on right now. Okay, she mad as hell, baby, and she giving everybody that work who need that smoke, baby. Okay, so please double down in your gratitude and your blessings, and find productive ways to deal with the stresses and the frustrations in your life. The best thing you can do for any problems you're having emotionally, mentally, etc., is more so spend your energy working towards solutions, no matter how big or small, being more solution-minded than spending a lot of time being reactive and spending time emotionally indulging in the self-loathing of it all. Just sit down, clear your mind, get a pen and a pad, and just write down your options and ways that you can better the circumstances in your life that are chipping away at the quality of your life. Okay, so the goal is train yourself to be more solution minded when problems show up, more so than reactive. Okay, because being reactive is counterproductive and counterintuitive. So let's get into some things, honey. We have quite a docket loaded up, and first thing first is, I guess we're going to get into Miss Charlie Sheen, girl. Ironically, I saw the Charlie Sheen documentary in my algorithm on Netflix this morning. No, last night, actually. I wasn't in the mood to watch it, but I have been seeing promo and his press for this documentary, which is going to chronicle his HIV, his bouts with prostitution, and some of what Charlie Sheen alleges to be extortion that's taking place in his life. And he's really hoping that this documentary can keep his ass out of the legal system, because he's claiming that people are preying on his diagnosis and falsely accusing him of giving them HIV, even though he claims he's always told his partners, he's always been transparent with his sexual partners about his status, but people are now trying to weaponize that, and they are apparently threatening him with civil suits, girl. So there's a lot going on. So Charlie Sheen is hoping that his transparency before the world in this documentary is going to give him some leverage and some qualified immunity. Now, he recently sat down with a few outlets, one of those also being ABC News. He did an interview where he speaks his private life. So we're going to check out this 5-minute interview and get into what Miss Sheen got going on, girl, because she got everything under the sun going on. Let me straighten up my camera here. Make sure that you guys, once again, are thumbing up, sharing. Tell a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend about the CTV platform so that we can continue to grow the channel. And what else? And yeah, thumbs up. Okay. All right, let's get into Charlie Sheen. ABC News interview. Oh, on top of releasing a documentary on Netflix, he's also released a book where he chronicles dealing with men, being experimental, getting into very gay things, girl. Charlie Sheen has literally been YOLOing, girl. YOLOing, girl. It almost costed him his damn life trying to live his best life. Okay? Oh, wait. Wrong.
Says your use of humor in your darkest moments is a gift to the reader, is how he described it.
Charlie Sheen grew up on movie sets with his dad, Martin Sheen, following his older brother, Emilio Estevez, into the family business right out of high school.
You want to know what's wrong?
I know what's wrong. Just want to hear you say it.
But he'd been keeping a secret from everyone, a stutter.
People don't realize you've had a lifelong issue with stuttering.
Yeah.
You wrote this, not being able to say certain words or sounds was one of the main reasons I learned to drink like I did.
How about that? How about that?
Well, how did drinking help that?
Drinking just it just made everything. It took the it softened the edges. It gave me just freedom of speech.
It wasn't until he joined the sitcom Spin City in 2000 that he stopped hiding it.
I know that must have been really hard for you.
Yeah, it was. She stuck me with the check.
Did that feel liberating? Did it feel good to get that off your chest?
It did. It did. Yeah. Because like I write in the book, there's, when I got the first script for Spin and I was going through it and I was like, oh, that's a problem. That's going to be a problem. I can't say that. So yeah, when in doubt, just to be, be human enough to be vulnerable and to know that it's okay to ask for help.
There was also his very public lifelong battle with addiction. His family staged an intervention when he was 24 years old, followed by his first of many rehab stints in 1990.
He wrote, quote, I didn't get sober for me, I got sober for them. It was only a matter of time before I sneaked out of a side door into the alley where all things fun and familiar were lurking on standby. Why do you think you just weren't ready for sobriety at that time?
It's hard to ask for help when somebody else has raised your hand for you. And so I think that was the theme of, knowing it was only a matter of time.
1998, you had a overdose.
I did.
My son was admitted here yesterday as a result of a drug overdose.
Your dad turned you in for violating probation.
I didn't know that was his father. I loved his father in the movie Firestarter, featuring a young Charlie Baltimore who played a fire-yielding mutant.
What was that like?
It felt like just the biggest betrayal you could possibly endure.
So you didn't see it as love, you saw it as betrayal.
Saw it as love eventually, but in the moment, it's like when in the book when my bodyguard comes to the bedroom door and he says, the U.S. Marshals are on the way. We're leaving in 5.
Sheen said he was sober for several years until he began using prescription pills while starring in 2.5 Men.
You wrote in the book, as the show wore on, it was 2.5 personalities I had to embody. Sober guy for Chuck, friendly guy for my co-stars and crew, half of whatever guy left over for me, fear guy mostly. What were you afraid of?
With the pills on board, I was afraid of getting outed with that because there was a lot of it. There was an AA energy on the set.
So would there shame with you now all of a sudden, okay, I'm taking pills and I put this out there that I'm this sober guy when I know I'm really not?
Right. Yeah, no, it's a terrible feeling. You got to remember who, always worry about who knows what.
I was aware things were coming unglued.
All of the ups and downs of his tumultuous life are explored in the upcoming Netflix docuseries, AKA Charlie Sheen, told by those who experienced it alongside him.
You wanted to like him because he was lovable, brilliant, handsome, charming, and smart.
From his famous friends, former co-stars, and showrunner, to his ex-wives and children.
When it started to change, it was quick.
You can't really have a relationship with someone going through addiction.
It seems like everyone, like you've gone out of your way to make amends with the people that you feel like you've hurt in your life.
I have.
And that's been important to you.
Yes. Yeah. And there's a few people still out there that if I could get in touch with them or if our paths are meant to cross, that there's still some of that available for them.
And what do you want people to take away from it?
I would like to, be respected or appreciated as a writer, as an author. I think that'd be really cool. But I also, this story should have ended 100 times 20 years ago, and it didn't. So whatever happens next might be just, where some of the real gold has been hidden.
Wow. He is such a talent. But being so real about going to rehab, doing it for others and not himself.
And
that's
still trying to make amends all these years later.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
The Book of Sheen is available tomorrow, and AKA Charlie Sheen begins streaming on Netflix on Wednesday.
All right, shout out to my baby mother, Stacy, whose birthday it is as well. So happy born day, baby mother, and thank you for your child support. May your born day be filled with blessings and fun and, good emotional and physical orgasms, of course. You guys know all donation information is in the description box below. So Charlie Sheen has been going through a lot for a very long time. You guys know that he spiraled a few years ago and had contracted HIV and really didn't know where it came from. In other recent interviews, he was pressed on why he continued to hook up with street hookers and escorts and prostitutes, despite the fact that these people, according to him, were trying to extort him. They were taking pictures of his HIV meds and his medicine cabinet. And Charlie Sheen said, because, basically I wasn't well. When you're not well emotionally, you're not well physically, you don't think rationally, you self-sabotage, you end up in a loop. The things you're doing don't have a lot of sense, etc. And once again, the biggest motivation for why he's wanting to write this book and do this documentary is because he is trying to keep these grifters off of his ass and pretty much get ahead of what could be a legal shit show. Because once again, he's claiming that there are people that he has sexually engaged with who are attempting to extort him under the false guise that he's given them HIV. Which he said is not the case, and he has been transparent with everyone. Now, some people are questioning that because he is a drug addict. He's been on crack, cocaine, alcohol, pills, potions, etc. So was he, in fact, making the most responsible decisions in his sex life? Ultimately, it's Charlie's word for these people's word. This is a really, 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 really nasty predicament that Charlie has found himself in. And, baby, I don't know what to say, Gworl. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, child. Some of y'all saying he's lying. Art by Omni says, so his career was a grift. He was never sober. I mean, like Charlie Baltimore. Charlie Baltimore was a drug addict, at 9, 10, 11, Hollywood got started on her early in terms of introducing her to drugs and narcotics. You know, Hollyweird is a wild place, and they have zero boundaries. Age don't matter, gender don't matter. You get introduced to everything under the sun. It is nightmarish, girl. So I don't know what to think. I don't know what to believe. I don't know if this documentary is going to accomplish what he's wanting it to accomplish. Girl, we live under an inflation. Food is $100 a bag at this damn point. So I'm sure that this isn't going to keep his accusers from attempting to get maybe some pre-settlement money out of him. I would like to let and inform his accusers that, you know, even, first of all, yeah, I don't know what proof they're going to have, because they're going to have to prove that Charlie Sheen recklessly and negligently endangered their sexual health. Unless they can prove that Charlie Sheen did not disclose his HIV status, it's going to be his word for theirs. Also, you know, not every state has criminalized HIV. So I don't know where these encounters took place at, but they also would have to be in a state that has a criminalized HIV. Another thing is, let's say some of these accusers also have HIV. Well, we do have the science now to determine when people contracted the virus. Doctors can hone in on the origins of when the virus was most likely contracted. So there's going to be a lot of science that goes into this. It's not going to be as easy as just walking into the courthouse and claiming somebody exposed you to HIV, even if you have HIV yourself, etc. And they are going to have to back these claims. Now, if some of these accusers are people who are claiming sexual experiences with Charlie Sheen after his teeth started to leak in the media, because this isn't the first time that we've heard of Charlie Sheen being HIV positive. I remember years ago, he hinted to his status and possibly contracted the virus, or just flat out came out with it. So it's going to be hard to argue that you didn't know, considering how famous Charlie Sheen is and how public his business and personal life has been. So even if he didn't personally disclose it, I mean, he's a public figure. His information has had a lot of publicity behind it. So if there are civil suits to come and people are going to attempt to extort him, it is going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because it's going to be quite a litigation between the plaintiff and the defendant in this case. Other than that, yeah, girl, you know, the crazy ass multiverse of Charlie Sheen, child. We'll see. I'll watch the documentary. I think it's a 2-part situation, and I will give a review if there's anything noteworthy of speaking about. Okay, I'm going to watch it today, so we may be back for that review. Now, speaking of drama and multiverse, girl, our baby mother, T.S. Madison and Jess Hilarious are back at each other's pigtails and lace fronts. You guys know that T.S. Madison and Jess Hilarious have had a very tumultuous relationship because they have some difference of opinions as it relates to gender and orientation and who can have periods and who can't have periods and who the gatekeepers are and who the gatekeepers are not. You guys know that we recently reviewed Jess Hilarious' recent sit down with Carlos King, where she addressed this notion that she's transphobic or homophobic or queerphobic, etc. We'll get a little bit into that. So what had happened was Snoop Dogg recently sat down on a podcast, spoke about how he went to go see Buzz Lightyear movie with one of his younger relatives, and there was a lesbian couple in this animated series for children, and he said that his loved one pretty much questioned how could two women, you know, have a child, and Snoop Dogg was like, didn't really know how to answer that, and you know, tried to really deflect, and then Snoop Dogg kind of got dragged for, you know, acting like it's rocket science explaining this to an adolescent individual. And one of those people who chimed in on the conversation was our T.S. Madison, who basically spoke with TMZ and used her platform to basically call Snoop Dogg out for being a hypocrite, saying that explaining LGBT orientation should be no more difficult than Snoop Dogg having to explain his chronic use of cannabis, his hardcore misogynistic music career, the piss poor imagery of Black men that he's represented through his art, that explaining LGBT shit should be no more complicated than Snoop Dogg having to explain all those things. His civil suits for sexual assault, etc., you know, and the public chimed in and rebutted T.S. Madison by saying, well, you know, any content that Snoop Dogg is producing, whether it's adult entertainment or in music and rap, is centered for adults, not children. So I guess Jess Hilarious has now entered the group chat, and she's decided to chime in, even though she's about as delayed as her edges are. So let's get into Jess Hilarious chiming in on the T.S. Madison Snoop Dogg debacle.
Weighs in on Snoop Dogg's comments about the Lightyear movie after his grandson asked him about two lesbians having a baby.
Snoop, you have music videos with women dancing and kissing other women, dancing naked. So why is displaying lesbian behavior in your music videos appropriate, and you are afraid to answer the questions from your grand?
First of all, why is you even, this ain't even your department. They talking about lesbians having baby, women having baby, like with other women. This ain't in your colony, bitch. Goddamn.
Oh, is that it? Hold on. Did y'all hear that? The whole damn thing just like clicked off. Oh. Did y'all hear that? Let me know in the chat if y'all heard that. Did y'all hear that clip that I just played? Okay, hold on. It left. Where did it go? I'm telling you, StreamYard is one of the most. Okay, let's bring this back up. So that's what Jess had to say. Now, Jess clearly is delusional and deranged, because why in the hell should a member of the LGBT community not be chiming in on a LGBT centered dialogue? Like, this is more of T.S. Madison's arena because it concerns same gender loving people than it is just Hilarious's. In Jess's conversation with Carlos King, she tried to really play this like softball with the notion of being transphobic and homophobic by saying she has LGBT friends and she doesn't have a homophobic bone in her body, and even T.S. Madison knows that, and you know, try to act like she was really open to working things out with T.S. Madison, only for us to jump in here. Now, T.S. Madison, after Jess Hilarious had sat down with Carlos King and pretty much spoke as if she was open to reconciliation, addressed that interview on her show Gag Talk with the Mistress. And T.S. Madison kept it really cute. T.S. Madison, you know, basically said, you know, she could talk to anybody. She's okay with having a conversation. She's always been okay with having a conversation. That's why she doesn't even understand why things had to go left between her and Jess to begin with, because they had a conversation and they have each other's numbers, and yet it still got here. So this just proves how insincere Jess Hilarious is and how performative she is. And, you know, like I've been saying for the past few years about these homophobes, y'all always talk about the closet that down low men need to come out of, but that same closet, a lot of you homophobes need to boldly come out of. Like, y'all can't even maintain the continuity of y'all fake, performative, apologetic, pro-LGBT bullshit. Like, if you don't like gays and you don't like trans people, that is okay. Why y'all can't stand in it, I don't know. Why y'all try to play both sides, I don't know. Okay? This was and is a completely and unnecessary insertion from Jess Hilarious, whose last comments about T.S. Madison was, I'm open to working things out. And now she's found some way to jump in, gaslight, be antagonistic and provocative, and is revoking her invitation to work things out because she is a weirdo. I don't know why Jess Hilarious is not tired yet. I would think after a post-relaxed, pinched ponytail that resulted in so much hair loss and hair damage that you're forced essentially to wear a fade or a wig for the rest of your life, that, you know, you would just quietly go into the heat of the night and just mind the bald-headed business that pays you. But no. And as a result, T.S. Madison is going to drag the fuck out of Jess Hilarious on today's Gag Talk. So y'all get ready for that, girl. It's about to be smoke all over again. And of course, everything that T.S. Madison says in response to Jess Hilarious fucking with her is going to be turned into T.S. Madison hates Black women. And this is all going to result in everybody being reminded that Jess Hilarious is, in fact, a queerphobe weirdo. And we just have a never-ending saga. Carlos King, girl, where are you and your receding hairline when we need it, girl? Okay? Where are you, girl? Where? Can somebody get Carlos King on the line, honey? Can you stop this? Can you three-way them, honey? Can you just bridge this thing up real quick before it goes to hell all over again? Because time is tick-tocking, girl. I don't know when T.S. Madison plans on going live with the mistress to put this on the docket. But yeah, time is a tick-tocking, baby. Let's round this thing up because I'm really over the Jess Hilarious and T.S. Madison shenanigans. Like, nothing new is going to be said. And Jess Hilarious is just in her Trasha K bag. And I'm sure that we're going to hear from post-relaxed, pinched ponytail Tasha K, because y'all know that bald head hoes stick together, child. So I'm sure she'll be chiming in, you know, trying to rally up all the natural coochie-having women and, you know, try to further this division between Black trans women and Black women. It's just, y'all not tired. Y'all just not tired, girl. Out of everything that's going on, y'all just not tired. Like, you're just not. Girl, at this point, I'd rather y'all just have to put hands and feet all over each other, bitch, and just get it over with, okay? Just go ahead and arrange that goddamn bar fight. So, I'll be checking out Gag Talk, girl, to see what it gives, child. We gonna put Jess and T.S. Madison on the sick and shut-in list, baby. God bless them. Speaking of God blessing them, Hogan, girl, done left the remaining Ku Klux Klan children he has almost $5 million in assets. Oh my God, girl, it pays to be a Klansman. Okay? What an heir to a throne. Hogan leaves nearly $5 million in assets and grants Brooke her wish. Okay? The WWE legend's son, Nick, filed court documents Tuesday obtained by U.S. Weekly, which say that Hulk left behind $200,000 in cryptocurrency $799,000 in personal property and intellectual property, as well as his right to publicity worth about $4 million alone. In 2023, Brooke Hogan voluntarily asked to be removed from her dad's will to sidestep any money disputes or legal battles with those closest to Hoke, including his former wife, Linda, Brooke's mother. That's not all. In the docs, Nick says that he filed a lawsuit against Bubba, the love sponge, to stop Hoke's infamous SEX tape from getting released publicly, as we reported. And another thing, Nick put forth Terry as a candidate to be the estate's curator. Wow. What a twist, girl. So Hoke has left his pale children, girl, with generational wealth, and Brooke does not want anything to do with that racist ass coin, and I do not blame her. Brooke has estranged herself from her father and her mother, despite her saying that she did get to tell her father he loved her in the time closest to her father's death. So while they weren't speaking, you know, the love was there, but she just needed her space because her family is toxic and filled with narcissists. So shout out to Brooke Hogan for being an example of what it really means to protect your peace and not moving off that square, girl, because there are some things that even money doesn't make worth it. Okay, she does not want the headache of fighting with her albino ass siblings about any motherfucking thing. Girl, y'all can have it. I got good interracial dick inside of me and beautiful fucking children, and I live on a goddamn farm and ride cows all motherfucking day and eat raw cabbage. Bitch, you can't pay me to get this up for you hoes, or $5 million in assets, bitch. I ain't bad at it, girl. So shout out to Brooke, bitch. That's the type of peace, bitch, that transcends all understanding, even when you're being offered $5 million to throw it all away, bitch. Okay, that is a godly, holy, baptismal ass type of a peace, baby. That's the peace that we all motherfucking need, bitch. I'd rather be poor and broke and lonely, okay, than to circle the block on that bullshit, baby. I ain't seen this type of resilience and self-preservation and true, fully actualized of self-reliance and an autonomy and peace of mind in ages, girl. A lot of people talk that shit. Brooke is standing and living that shit. So shout out to her white ass, baby. Okay, baby. You even making Black America great again, Brooke. So bless her heart, girl. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. All right. Moving shalom. Because speaking of making Black America great again, bitch, y'all favorite 1990s R&B gigolo, Montel Jordan, is opening up, girl, about prostate cancer, which apparently has returned unto him. Check out this clip.
The follow-up care, and now realize I'm not completely on the other side of that journey, and still have some additional work that needs to be done that starts in October. So fully confident. I know God is healer. I also know that I have the greatest of care professionals and people that are alongside of me to make sure that we are completely cancer-free. To be a cancer survivor, I never knew there was a such thing as being a 2-time cancer survivor. And so that's the journey that I'm on right now.
Okay. So as we sit here right now, you're battling cancer again, but you're also an ambassador for an organization called Zero. It's a nonprofit that helps people with resources who are diagnosed with prostate cancer, gives them access to resources.
Yes.
Wow. So Montel Jordan, fine ass, is about to have his second battle with cancer. And for those of you who don't know, yes, cancer is not a one-time fight. Cancer can return again and again and again and again and again. It can be hereditary, etc. Considering that almost everything that we consume as Americans is tainted and poisoned with all type of minerals, and the FDA does a poor job at really screening makeup, lotions, hair grease, soap, water, etc. It's no telling really where people's cancer truly comes from, because we know that cancers have also been linked to products in food, products in cosmetics, products, you know, just in the everyday consumer world. So sending light and love to him. You guys know that Carlton Pearson had to battle cancer for the second time around, and that battle unfortunately claimed and took his life. My grandmother also died of lung cancer back in the mid-90s, and so this cancer thing is really a lot. And what's really eerie about this is, in our Hot Topics yesterday, we just had covered Britt Eady of Real Housewives of Atlanta sharing that everybody around her is contracting cancer, and all these young people are just dying suddenly, etc. And we talked about how actor Billy Porter had to recently step down from Broadway because of a undisclosed health diagnosis. And we know that producer Jazzy Faye is eating watermelon to combat something that he is dealing with in his health. And so this conversation around cancer, and this uptick in cancer. And now we have Montel Jordan's good-looking, handsome ass going through his second round with cancer. So light and love to Montel Jordan. I just want to ride it one time. Okay, can I just ride it one time, Jordan? And, you know, in that conversation yesterday, we was also talking about like the Black community and how we need to really straighten up our health, and how we also need to be eating according to our blood type. And me and another friend was just talking about this too, that we have friends in our circle who don't really go to the doctor like they should. And I want to tell you guys, Black men, when it comes to hitting that 40-year mark, okay, there are certain things that we got to look out for, okay? This is the AI overview. Black men in their 40s should particularly be diligent about prostate cancer, which is what, ironically, Montel Jordan is dealing with, heart disease, diabetes, and colorectal cancer, as they face higher risk and may need to start screenings earlier than the general population. Routine checkups, including blood pressure and blood sugar monitoring, are crucial for early detection and management of these serious ass conditions. So Black men, we have to go to the doctor. I go to the doctor probably 4 or 5 times a damn year, just to screen my blood sugar and to just check up on my body, yada, 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 yada. You can be looking well and be looking good from the outside and be told to fuck up on the inside and have no idea. And one of the worst things that a person can live with is not getting ahead of something that could have been prevented had you detected it earlier on. So please do not shy away from the doctor. I know that a lot of people are scared of the doctor, etc., but you should be more scared, bitch, of not seeing one. You should be more scared of not knowing what's going on in your liver, what's going on in your intestines, what's going on in your gut, what's going on in your brain. Like, you should be more scared of what you don't know than what you do know, because at least once you know what you know, you can effectively begin to work toward some solutions that can mitigate the issues. So please, Black men, Black people in general, but since you're talking about Black men right now, go and get your bussies checked, get your heart checked, get your dicks checked, get it all checked, okay? I'm going tomorrow. I got an appointment with my cardiologist tomorrow, girl, to get the heart checked, girl. I want to see it all, honey, okay? This is the only vehicle I got, honey, and she got to run well, because I don't plan on depending on their motherfucker to take care of me for as long as possible. As an introvert, ended up in a old folks home, ending up with my relatives taking care of me, feels like a nightmare, bitch, okay? I want to have as much flexibility and mobility and vitality as long as I can, so that I don't have to go upside a motherfucker's head at 70 years old, because I don't got the patience to put up with motherfucking people. So I'm going to have to live in a way that truly empowers me, so that I have much as self-independency as possible, girl, okay? So please, go get your pussy shacked, all right? Light and love to Montel Jordan. What's going on, bougie bitch? What's going on? Bring the mess. Hey, y'all. Hey, Mistress G. Now, speaking of distress, girl, Kelly Price and Clarissa Shields have had it with black women, girl. Have motherfucking had it with black women, child. And they are sounding off, girl. They are calling in ICE. Girl, they want black women deported. They want black women shipped up out of here into El Salvador, girl. They want the genocide to be gone, honey. Check out what Kelly Price took to social media to particularly say to the black community, but more particularly to black women's community, child. Y'all thumbs up, share, share, share.
You are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people. But any man that feels that he has the right to disrespect a woman that has never done anything to them because they want to feel whatever and they realize that they will never have to say what they say under a picture or a video of me, something that is nasty and hurtful, and you want to put it there, you do that because you a bitch. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Before I was saved, I was a black girl born and raised on the south side of Jamaica. So let's make that abundantly clear. Okay? That's number one. Number two, to you women activists out here, you DEI hires who getting ready to lose your job if you haven't lost it already, because guess what? I haven't lost mine, and I'm not going to lose it. Because while you fighting for somebody in another culture to get your job, God gave me my voice. And yes, black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people. But any man, I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in. And my feet are so damn big and who dressed me. I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this. But I'm so sick of black people and their bullshit. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, and you know, Lord, pray for me. Because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other black women, but you're an activist and you are educated and you are this and you are that and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't going to get your stupid ass into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't going to do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know that you don't even know is watching you. I said what I said.
I think there's a spirit in that bonnet, baby. Let me tell you, baby. That's why Monique was trying to cancel motherfucking black women in them bonnets, baby. Because, baby, a black woman with a bonnet on, bitch, scorch earth. Scorch earth, girl. It's a spirit in them bonnets, bitch. That's why Monique was trying to protest them bonnets off of black women's heads, girl. Okay? There is density and negative vibration, girl, in them bonnets, girl. Okay? But she wasn't the only one. Clarissa Shields doubled back around and had to agree with her sister with the helmet of salvation on, preaching the good gospel thereof. Let me see here, girl. Clarissa Shields, girl. Papoose, future baby mama. Touch and agreeing, honey.
You are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't going to get your stupid into heaven.
Because I actually
saw the video that she posted where she was performing. She had her tennis shoes on, I think with some capris on or something like that. And people just come in mean stuff to her. She sing, bro. Judge her singing. You can't talk about how she don't sing good because she got the voice of a damn angel. But you want to talk about her size and her looks and her clothes? Everybody don't want to wear no heels.
Oh, God. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? For context, Kelly and both Clarissa, who also spoke out the same week, were responding to the haters. Okay, they're Black female haters who be dragging them in comment sections and on the blogs and on their social medias, etc. So Clarissa and Kelly Price were fed the fuck up. So, you know, what's interesting about this is there is this narrative, right, that Black people hate harder on Black people than any other race, that is always our people, is always us, etc. Look, let's cut the shit. That's the truth for all goddamn races of people. The people that you live the closest in proximity to are the people that you're going to be the most attracted to. They're also going to be the people that perpetuate the most violence against you because of proximity. This is why white on white crime is higher than black on white crime. Black on black crime is higher than white on black crime because of proximity. We're literally watching the entire nation and all white people galvanized to fucking shoot up Donald Trump, take his ear off, girl, get his ass locked up, get his ass impeached, baby. Look at the way that white America dragged the fuck out of Britney Spears and drove her ass fucking crazy. Look at the hideous and sick, evil, dark shit that white America has done to their own. They've literally unalived their own. They've literally driven their own into mental illnesses and into mental asylums. Okay, so this idea that this is an isolated issue amongst Black folk, this is what all communities of motherfucking people do to each other. Okay, now here's the other part to that. I do think that we as a community can do better to not brand everything as Black people, Black woman, Black man, because we do have the habit of addressing a particular group within the Black community with a broad stroke of Black people in general. Because when I think about like why white people don't have this narrative on them, like even when white people are going at other white people, you don't really hear the victims of like white bullying say like things like the white community or white. They don't speak in that way. They speak very specifically to what's going on. They literally will label the white people who are hurting them as bullies or as their haters, but they shy away from using like that broad stroke language. We always do that. And it creates this false narrative that only we do this. It creates this false narrative that everybody who is Black operates this way, which is not true. Both Clarissa and Kelly Price are speaking to the specific haters who just happen to be Black. And there's a way to address that without having to make it a Black thing more so than it is like you hating assholes. Fuck hating assholes. Like that's how you can more accurately speak to that and clap back at that without using the broad strokes. But a lot of us have a habit of using that type of language, and maybe it's out of frustration that we do this broad stroke thing and we generalize the community and create these false notions. And even though every other community bullies each other, teases each other, terrorizes each other, judges the shit out of each other, etc. We are the only community that tends to speak in the way we do, with always making it Black people as a whole who are on this type of behavior. And I do think we could do better at being more specific when we speak to whom we're speaking about in the Black community. Okay, because baby, the Black community be catching all type of strays when it comes to Black frustration, girl. The whole goddamn tribe, the whole goddamn demographic, the whole goddamn lineage, girl, get thrown into hell. You know? So I'm not against Kelly Price or Clarissa clapping back, clap back, talk shit back, put people in their place. But I think the takeaway is we could do better at not always branding all negative things as something that the Black community does and Black people do. And even going forward, I'm going to try to be mindful of not speaking in that way unless it's necessary to speak about, unless it's necessary to generalize. This is not one of those circumstances where it's necessary because, once again, they're speaking to a particular subset and particular subgroup within the Black community who are talking shit and being unnecessarily insulting, etc. So, go off Kelly Price and Clarissa Shields, who said, girl, they are sick of it, okay? And that Black woman is the most disrespectful of them all on God's green earth. My God, today, baby. It's a lot going on in the world, child. But speaking of disrespectful, girl, Paul Wall, in his post-Ozempic body, confessed to having some regret over getting a toothless rapper, Gworl Santana, addicted to that good old lean, aka that good old syrup, girl, which unfortunately led to Gworl Santana's addiction and the loss of several teeth. Okay, check out what Paul Wall had to say.
Gworl's on the platform, and he was telling me about his lean addiction, right? And he told me that you was the one that introduced him to lean. Your lean addiction. What led to you getting hooked on lean?
I was drinking it through, you know, it was just kind of got introduced to me through Houston guys. Paul Wall, my man Paul Wall, couple of the guys from Houston. You know what I'm saying?
I feel bad about that now, you know, of course, you know what I'm saying? It's something, but yeah, I did, man. But I mean, you know, at the time, you know what I'm saying? We all drink, you know, we all drinking. And you look at people that drink, and people that drink, you know, they're not crackheads. We're not breaking in people's houses, selling your mama TV, pawning it to buy a drink. Drink wasn't even that expensive back then. So you wouldn't even do that to get, you know, drink was cheap as hell back in those days. So, but even people that was like full on long-term addicts, you know, the issues they had with, they were too big, overweight, from the lifestyle that came with sip and drink, not exercising, eating fattening foods, drinking soda left and right all day, drinking sugar or adding sugar, this and that, you know. So it was not directly from the drink, but indirectly from the drink. And all of that was all something that's like manageable to some extent, you know what I'm saying? You know, when we drinking it and he like, man, what you drinking? I'm like, this is a drink, you know? And he like, yeah, I heard of that. That's what it is. Let me try that. And, you know, he's sipping. He's like, yeah, this is what's up. And then next time I see him, he got a whole full-on bottle. He's like, yeah, I found somebody who got it. And it's like, damn, that's what's up. You know, but, you know, of course, you never know, you know, how it's going to affect different people or, you know what I'm saying, how people are going to, you know, immerse themselves in it. You know, some people, it's harder for others. It leads to other things. You know, it definitely affects your lifestyle change. And, you know, with a lot of times with it, you know, the sip and drink leads to popping pills, and the pills is what really fucks you up. So really, like, even, I mean, I don't mean to like defend drink, but it's like, to me, it's like the drink ain't the issue. It's just the drink is the gateway to what is the issue. You know, But I definitely feel terrible about, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to even put it in my music. When I'm talking about it in music, I'm not saying that for people to abuse it. You know what I'm saying? I honestly I didn't think people could abuse cough syrup. Because even though they say, oh, this person died of syrup, this person died of syrup. No, they didn't. They died of drug overdoses or other shit that was in their body, not from the syrup. You know, if right now, if I take some fentanyl and I'm also sipping syrup, the syrup didn't kill me, it's the fentanyl. You know, if I go get in a car accident, but I got syrup in my bloodstream. Yeah, I got syrup in my bloodstream. Yes, on the coroner's report, I do got syrup in my bloodstream, but the syrup didn't kill me. It's the car accident.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused on what exactly Paul Wall is trying to accomplish. From on one hand, it seems like he has some regret and guilt, but at the same time trying to mansplain the shit away. What I can give Paul Wall credit for is for at least talking about mental health and its correlation with addiction, and at least trying to express some sentiments, because he's being a bit more empathetic than what the fuck I've heard from other Black hip hop stars. Like, if Black men as a whole would lead the charge on expressing some remorse and taking some corrective action to what they've done to other Black men, that would be really nice. Because in this whole conversation around how gay men and homosexuality is destroying the Black community, straight Black men are taking no responsibility for perpetuating a culture and an art form that has glamorized abuse of women, that has glamorized the abuse of self, that have glamorized addiction, ego, and materiality. And the fact that millions of Black men since the inception of rap have attempted to really live out this art and live out these lyrics, which have led to millions of deaths, gang violence, rape, SA, and influence Black men to make decisions that ultimately destroyed their motherfucking lives. And so when are Black men going to give an account for the blood that's on their hands while they're fixated on trans people and fixated on niggas in wigs and fixated on men relations? As if we don't got some black and white data as it relates to all of the piss poor, horrendous influence on Black men's community perpetuated by Black men and Black gatekeepers. So hell, shout out to Paul, who's at this point having a far more honest and substantive conversation and trying to take somewhat accountability, and hopefully continues to hold space and lead the charge on this type of messaging, which is necessary right now at a time where suicidal ideation is extremely high amongst Black men and Black male youth, where Black male loneliness is at an all-time high, where Black male mental illness and depression is at an all-time high, and things like promiscuity, things like alcoholism, things like marijuana addiction, narcotic addiction are being used as numbing agents and coping mechanisms that, to Paul Wall's point, only make the matters motherfucking worse. So even though Paul Wall is struggling to decide, girl, what he's really trying to accomplish in this conversation, because he's kind of being both-handed as hell, but baby, it's a lot more. He's given a lot more in this dialogue and trying to show up through the lean of it all than anybody else is. And the irony of this clip and this conversation being published and going viral is that it's happening while Kodak Black, the Black Britney Spears, is spiraling. And spiraling on what? Guess what? On syrup. Prayers up for Kodak Black, who's seen drinking cough syrup while driving.
Bro, I said, that drink, bro. How many of that, bro? I said, that drink, bro. I'm looking at it, bro. I forgot that, bro. I forgot that, bro. I said, that drink, bro. Straight up. I said, bro.
I thought that homosexuality was destroying the Black community. We ain't gonna talk about the way that rap and toxic masculine culture perpetuated through Black male art. I thought trans people were destroying the Black community. Y'all got young Black men out here with SpongeBob tattooed on their forehead, swallowing down Robitussin, eyeballs bulging all outside their motherfucking head on the highway. Living their best drug-addicted ass dysfunctional lives. And Black queer folk are destroying the Black community. Bitch, we can never. Now, I've been thinking about why the fuck isn't Kodak Black in a conservatorship yet, in some type of a guardianship program yet. And it hit me just now. Wow. Wendy Williams really is only in a guardianship program because she got people around her who loved her enough to protect her from her goddamn self. Now, while the guardianship program itself is not perfect, it's not idealistic, initially it was rendered because people gave a fuck. The fact that Kodak Black has been spiraling and eating Chinese food in the middle of the street like he's at a goddamn national park. The fact that Kodak Black just earlier this year came out and said that he's never experienced love. That's a part of the darkness that consumes him. The things that Black men cope with, that Paul Wall was talking about, that lean covers up, that addiction covers up. And the fact that Kodak Black is still free and wide-eyed behind the motherfucking wheel is evident that nobody loves his ass enough to save him from himself, to protect him from himself. That's why his ass is free and Wendy Williams' ass is locked the fuck down. Now, continuing on in this conversation, the irony is the leader of the Black community, Mr. Homophobe himself, ironically, not only are facing possible imprisonment over recent charges concerning him being a felon and carrying guns, but, you know, the delinquents that he's also raised, you know, like father, like son, are also falling into the same perpetual destructive behavior. Lil Boosie, bad bottom. Son has been arrested for unlawful GUN possession. Boosie Badass is probably hating that like father, like son tagline right about now. His eldest child, Tootie Raw, was arrested in Atlanta yesterday, and charges are steep. I thought that homosexuality was destroying the Black community. I thought that trans people were destroying the Black community. I thought that non-binary people were destroying the Black community. I thought that lesbians and gender fluid and bisexuals were destroying the Black community. And you know what's so weird about when Lil Boosie Bad Bottom gets in trouble is that there's like no protest against it either. Like, you don't see the same community that rallies behind him when he is perpetuating queerphobia be the same community that's calling him out for being a hypocrite, because why do you have your foot on LGBT people's necks and you don't even have one on your fucking own? You're disqualifying queer people from being parents, being teachers, having proximity to children, while the ones that came straight up out of your dick have been subjected to SA. You literally had your sons and your nephews sexually assaulted by a street hooker in order to ensure that they would be heterosexuals. You allowed your underage son to indulge in pornography. And now your own children, your daughter doesn't have anything to fucking do with you. And your eldest son is following in the ratchet ass footsteps of his ratchet ass raccoon-eyed pappy. If there's any fucking body who needs to have their license revoked and needs to give children 50 motherfucking feet, it would be your bastardized ass, Lil Boosie. Bitch, I hope you get all the federal time that them pale folk can crack down on your ass, because you have been a detriment to the Black community. Your music, just like Paul Wall's, is responsible for why young Black youth keep turning out how they're turning out. And the Black community may not hold you niggas accountable and may deflect by trying to prioritize fake ass, non-existent, imaginary, made up ass issues with Black queer people. But it's a good thing that these spiritual laws exist, because they're taking care of you motherfuckers, even when the people fail to stand on proper business and principle. So I'm so happy to know that where my Black community fails me, these spiritual laws, girl, are going to step it up at and ensure that there's some karmic retribution and some proper checks and balances. Where is the outrage from the Black community? Oh, there is going to be none, right? Because young Black men being hyper-masculine, being capable of violence and unnecessary, unsolicited rebellion is what y'all believe masculinity actually is, right? This is the shit y'all want to marry. This is the shit y'all want to make famous. This is the shit that y'all want to put money on the books of. This is the shit that gets the pussy wet, gets the coochie wet, right? Because this apparently is what the Black community would prefer Black men to be, rather than for them to be law-abiding ass wig-wearing sissies. This is what y'all would prefer Black men to be, rather than to be law-abiding trans women who are simply living out their authentic self, but paying their motherfucking bills and staying the fuck out of your way. This is what y'all would rather Black men be, right? And this is what y'all would rather Black men do, rather than to be shopping in the women's section and taking up space in the cosmetic aisle. Okay? You got it. God bless. This is the is this the preference? Because there's no outrage. None. God forbid 2 fucking lesbians be represented as respectful parents in a Pixar movie. Congressional hearing. God forbid Lil Nas X slides down a goddamn pole in thigh-high boots. Congressional hearing. God forbid trans women also identify as women, not female, but as woman. Congressional hearing. God forbid LGBT folk, just take up any type of space in the world that they live in too. Congressional hearing. Let them be on lean. Let them be going in and out of jail. The more of a man you are. This is when it would be appropriate, Kelly Price, to talk generally. Because the culture is sick. And Lil Boosie should not be someone who gets to be celebrated or have any type of social equity put on him simply because he's willing to be a transphobe. Because while y'all are standing behind Lil Boosie, also remember he's also a misogynist. Also remember he's perpetuated crimes against children. Also remember that he's responsible for influencing through his own media and art Black men killing the Black men who happen to be your brothers, your uncles, and your sons. But y'all would rather make a motherfucking cultural statue out of Lil Boosie. Simply because he has the audacity to be transphobic and homophobic and terrorize an even more marginalized group than post-slaves. Because Black queer people are post-slaves who also have to deal with the intersection of homophobia and transphobia as well. God forbid, the double goddamn entendre of it all. So the Jewel Santanas, the Bootsy Sons, the Kodak Blacks of the world. When is that shit going to get Jess Hilarious's attention? While she's out here with her post-relaxed pinched ponytail, concerned about why T.S. Madison is concerned with LGBT-related subject matter. Where is Jess Hilarious's outraged for who her sons have the potential to be, as long as these type of masculine standards and masculine tropes exist in the community? While she's out here in queer people's business, and you got all this heterosexual business to be up in, and you worried about a trans woman defending 2 lesbians, when you got heterosexual, natural-born identifying Black men going to prison and destroying their lives because of mommy fractures and daddy fractures and a toxic masculine-ass culture who's socializing them to be a shell of themselves. Bitch, get your ass up out of here, hoe. Pray for us. Pray for us. Speaking of praying for us, prayer is working for somebody. Because Chrisean Rock and Tasiki have kissed and made up. And that's coming off of the heels of Chrisean Rock accusing her oldest sister, Tasiki, of molesting her as a young girl, forcing her to perform oral SCX on Tasiki, who also was a teenager at the time, according to Chrisean Rock. And Chrisean Rock is not the only person out of the Malone family who has made these accusations against Tasiki. They have a male cousin who's also accused Tasiki of not only perpetuating SA against her own siblings, but also being a victim of ancestral SA, because apparently Tasiki's uncles were engaging in SA and subjecting Tasiki to SA as a young girl. Check out this reunion between not only Chrisean and Tasiki, but Chrisean Rock's friend Marsh, who got her ass beat on one of these previous seasons of Baddies.
I had to check it. This you go. This will keep me always booked. Hey, what's up, dog? What's up, nigga? That's my seniors in the field. I know. We still gotta get back in the field, but right now I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to know that. Get back in the field. What the fuck you talking? I'm the money, bro. Girl, stop playing with me. I had to check it.
You already know what time it is. It's go time, bitch.
Right here. Bitch, what's up? Let's go. Come on, slide. Come on, slide.
Yo. Now, when all of this first happened on last seasons of Baddies, Tasiki went on a rampage claiming that she was going to sue her relatives and blah, blah, blah. Of course, she never did that. And now they've reunited. Let me tell you something, baby. Tasiki done lost her motherfucking mind, because either Tasiki is guilty of what she's been accused of, which is why she has the fortitude to not only forgive, but to realign herself with her accuser, or honestly, I don't even know what the or is, because what I don't understand is, how do you not only forgive, but you publicly make up with someone who played on your entire name the way that Chrisean Rock did? This girl accused you of forcing her to eat your box while she was underage. And Chrisean doesn't get to recant those statements. She doesn't have to go public and say she lied and spoke out of anger. And you're just going to take her hand and not only forgive her, but you're going to realign in relationship to her. I'm definitely missing something. And the reason why I'm missing something is because I am not one of those motherfucking people who believe that titles matter in life. I don't give a damn that this is my sister. Bitch, you would have played on my motherfucking name like this hoe. Not only would you have had to see me all about it, girl, you would have been eating something all right, bitch, when I was done with you. But even in the hypothetical of you doing all the right things to correct the wrong that you did, baby, we would never be in a relationship ever again. I'll forgive you for the sake of my peace of mind and my personal sanity. Because, girl, I'm not going to injure myself by remaining angry as hell at you. But, bitch, there would never be a relationship ever I am here to tell you all that it is okay to forgive and forget any bitch. Whether that bitch is mama, daddy, sister, brother, grandma, great-grandma, great-grandpa, a delusional ass adult child, a spouse, a lover. It's okay to forgive and to forget. You do not have to be in relationship to nobody who would attempt to injure you in one of the worst ways you could be injured as a person, whether that's through physical violence or whether that's through the intentional, malicious attack upon your reputation. So I'm confused about Tasiki's movements. I'm confused about what this means. You didn't sue your sister over these allegations like you threatened to, and now you've made up with her without requiring from her a recanting of those allegations, which only logically can conclude in me having to believe that they were true. Because, bitch, there's just no way in hell. There is no way in hell, bitch. Chrisean could get a hug, a kiss, could do any business with me, could get any resolve from me without her making those lies clear to the public. I'm out of it. And apparently her baby is with her other sister, who apparently is withholding Junior and withholding Junior so that she can get a fade from Chrisean. They got some sister drama going on, and that sister is wanting a fucking fade, and she took the son in hopes of Chrisean coming to get him so that she could whip Chrisean Rock's ass. Now, I don't keep up with the Chrisean Rock multiverse, so I'm not sure what the context of the drama is that's going on, girl. The whole family is goddamn dysfunctional. Apparently, one of Tasiki's niggas used to also be the husband or the long-term boyfriend of another sister. There's a lot of dysfunction and dark shit that's going on. And what's interesting about that is Blueface childhood is just as fucked up as Chrisean's is. There's been SA. There's been deep in profound emotional negligence. So when I think about Blueface and Chrisean, like, it's so interesting that that's a perfect example of trauma bonding and how sometimes what you think is attraction and love that's drawing you to each other is really the injuries are attracting y'all to each other. The abandonment is attracting y'all to each other. The loneliness is attracting y'all to each other. The wounds are attracting y'all to each other in all actuality. And that's why them two motherfuckers ended up being each other's goddamn twin flame. But there's some deep, dark, unresolved shit going on in both of those motherfucking camps. And if Tasiki is innocent and she's been lied upon, my heart hurts for her that she would not hold Chrisean Rock accountable and that she would go back into a relationship to someone who would do this to her. If Tasiki is guilty of what Chrisean accused her of, then baby, God bless Chrisean Rock for being able to, woo child, Made a whole motherfucking family, bitch. Go sit before Iyala Van Zant and get the help that they need, bitch. Because that's a lot. That's a lot going on. This TikTok star rapper David, who apparently had a dead body found in the backseat of a car at an impound that was registered to him, as we reported on yesterday, is cooperating with police, and there's been more details that have been uncovered about this body that have been found in this performer's vehicle, girl. Check out the recent updates. This is a mess.
Hollywood, Ashley Mackey, ABC 7 Eyewitness.
New details emerging in the investigation of a body found inside an impounded car in Hollywood.
That's right. The LAPD says that car is registered to a known singer known for his popular songs on TikTok. Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Mackey live in Hollywood with more on this investigation. Ashley.
Rachel, John, a very unsettling discovery here in Hollywood. Officers were initially responding to reports of a foul odor. That's when they discovered decomposing human remains in the trunk of a Tesla in this tow yard on Monday afternoon, just a little before 12:30. LAPD officers were dispatched to investigate the impounded vehicle. It was then that police discovered a body had been placed inside a bag inside the car. Police say the body and the car had been at the property for a couple of days. As of this morning, it's still not clear who the remains belong to, but Eyewitness News has learned that the Tesla is registered to a multi-platinum artist. David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David, is the registered owner of the Tesla. The 20-year-old musician is known for songs that have gone viral on TikTok, like Romantic Homicide and Here With Me. David is scheduled to perform in Minneapolis today as part of his Withered World Tour that began last month. He will also stop in Los Angeles on September 20th. We've reached out to David's representatives, but we are still waiting to hear back from them. Reporting live in Hollywood, Ashley Mackey, ABC 7 Eyewitness.
So they have identified the body as belonging to a female, and according to LA County Medical Examiner, the victim is a female who was about 5'1" and 71 pounds with wavy black hair. She also had a tattoo on her right index finger that read "Shh," and was discovered wearing a tube top, black leggings, and jewelry, including a stud earring and a metal chain bracelet in the shape of a W. Police are still working to officially identify her and determine the cause of death, but they have confirmed this is being investigated as a homicide. As previously reported, the body was found after the Tesla was abandoned and towed to an impound lot. David has been informed and is said to be fully cooperating with investigators. This is an incredibly tragic situation, and our thoughts are with the victim and her loved ones. So David is not being investigated as a suspect just yet. His fans, according to what I've been reading, are saying that he could not have had anything directly to do with this because he's been on tour. He's been traveling around doing his music. So whomever he provided this car to, that's what they're going to be investigating. Now, I don't think that this particularly takes David out of the loop because, I mean, for all we know, this could be a hit. People are saying that David has a song from 2023 which details killing a woman, and I think it having to do with a car, a backseat, etc. And even though people are saying, well, those are 2023 lyrics, people are saying, look, the man is chronicling his psychology and his homicidal capacity and tendency in the music, and maybe that shit has come to finally manifest. You know, art imitates life and life imitates art, girl. So because police don't know who this woman is, what the link is, you know, it's yet to be determined if this woman is linked to David or rather someone in his camp who he got this car on behalf of has something to do with the murder of this woman who was found in a fucking bag in the backseat of this vehicle. And word on the curb is that she was dismembered. There are people who are saying that her head was separated from her body, that she was decapitated. So this is diabolical. Whoever has done this is sick and disturbed to even do another human being this way, to even unalive another person, and then to wrap them up in a garbage fucking bag. Hold on, you guys. I done fucked up. Fucked up shit. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Okay, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Give me a one if you guys can hear me. Give me a one if you guys can hear me. I need a one. I need a one. I need a one. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. So Queen Black says Tim Norman was in Cali when his dirty deed was done for him in St. Louis. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, David is not out of the woodworks. This homicide could still be connected to him. This could have been a hit, etc. We don't know, but they are investigating it officially as a homicide, girl. So it'll be wild if David is directly connected to this. I mean, it's still bad enough that somebody in his camp is capable of doing something like this. So what the fuck is going on over in the David camp, girl? It's some diabolical shit. So I'll keep you guys updated on all developments as this thing plays out, child. A mess. A mess it is. Now, those of you who thought you were going to get rich, girl, off of the publishing a clearinghouse, you can go ahead and tell your parents and your grandparents, bitch, that the dream has officially come to a goddamn end. Because publishing clearinghouse has officially filed for bankruptcy, leaving winners financially stranded. One man claims he was getting $260,000 a year. Quote, "This feels like a goddamn nightmare." Girl, check out the shenanigans of it all.
Clearinghouse became famous for its prize patrol that delivers those big oversized checks to people across the country. Well, now they're facing some of their biggest problems yet. They're going bankrupt, and they are not able to pay winners as promised.
Yeah, they declared bankruptcy back in April. Kyle Leboshi explains what that means for people still owed money.
So stop making excuses. Only Publishers Clearinghouse can make you so rich, so fast. So enter.
There's no place like our house.
For decades, Publishers Clearinghouse made dreams come true.
Hi, people. It's true. It's really true.
And in August of 2012, the prize patrol delivered. John Wiley of Southern Oregon figured he was set for life.
You are John Wiley.
Yes, I am.
You're shaken. Just as it says here, you have won $5,000 a week forever.
The jackpot allowed John to retire and move closer to his kids. He bought a house near Bellingham with enough land for the 4 dogs and 2 goats. Earlier this year, John expected his forever prize payment to arrive, as it always did. $260,000 direct deposit, but the money never came. And in April, Publishers Clearinghouse filed for bankruptcy.
You know, I thought, why didn't somebody at least give me a heads up? Hey, we're going out of business, you know, something. But no, it's like somebody just cut the cord and I'm falling.
With no annual prize payment, the 61-year-old is scraping by. He relied on that income. It was his lifeline and was supposed to be forever.
Sold my jet ski, sold my trailer. I had a little bit of money left over, and that's what I'm living on right now.
John's had trouble finding work, and the bills are piling up.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose my home.
I have a lot of questions. You were supposed to receive $260,000 a year for the rest of your life. And because one $260 check is not coming through, you're already on the verge of losing your goats, your cows, your dune buggies, your land, and your home, which I'm going to have to just go ahead and make the next logical conclusion here is that, bitch, you've been completely irresponsible with your money, because to have that level of money coming in, when did he, hold on, let me see, when did he win? 2012. He's been lit. He done had, what, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. He done had damn near 15 $260,000 checks. And it only took not getting one of those checks for his entire reality to cave underneath him. This man has completely and utterly mismanaged his funds. Not getting one check should not be clearing him. He's already lived, what, 260,000, what, 3 million bucks? How the fuck is not getting one check turning his shit into Sodom and Gomorrah? Like, what have you been doing with $260,000 a year, girl? And you are damn near post-eviction because one check has not come through. There's been no investments. You've not flipped no property. You've not poured into no shares, no stocks, no bonds, no nothing. And the fact that not getting one $260,000 check is doing this to his livelihood also means that this man is obviously living far beyond his means. That man said, girl, he's living off a little bit of the money. $3.4 million. Now, look, I get it here. I'm going to give him a little bit of slack because he thought he could live literally check to check to check because of the promise of Publishing Clearinghouse clearing the checks for the rest of his life. But my God, like, this just goes to show, while Dr. Phil out here talking about niggas don't deserve reparations because we would blow the money, girl, can we not talk about the fact that pale ass old McDonald had a farm ass John Wiley had no type of financial literacy whatsoever? And who in the hell is in his life that allowed him to just blow through $3.4 million over the course of a 13-year period? Like, nobody noticed? Nobody saw poor old McDonald had a farm, girl, living by the pennies? Nobody saw him blowing. What are you doing? Are you buying pussy? Girl, is $260K a year going to high-end prostitutes? All you have is 2 fucking milkless goats and a damn farmhouse. And you're living on the penny. I don't understand, girl. I don't understand. And why is it that these are always the people, girl, who end up with the luck of it all? How is it that these are the motherfuckers, girl, who always end up touched by a damn angel or touched by a damn lump sum of damn money? Bitch, $260,000 a year? I would not have even moved out of my damn condo, bitch. I am so offended by the audacity of it all. Well, John, welcome back, girl, to the base of the pyramid, bitch, okay? Baby, you're going to be riding on that damn goat, girl, okay? That goat going to be your new damn BMW, bitch, okay? You done fucked up the damn church's thing. And Publishing Clearinghouse, girl, what is going on? Is this the result of the tariffs? Is this the result of inflation, bitch? The fact that under Donald Trump's administration, girl, Publishing Clearinghouse had to file for bankruptcy, girl, what's next? Okay? The goddamn lottery filing for goddamn bankruptcy, girl. It's the lottery about to go. Okay, girl? Is in this post-apocalyptic America, there going to be no more scratch-offs? No more slot machines, girl? Are we at the end of the beginning of all casinos, bitch? Girl, Trump's America is tearing up the goddamn thing. And let me tell you something, bitch. I want every motherfucking Publishing Clearinghouse winner in protective custody. Because as a result of these motherfucking people not getting their money, girl, I am pretty sure without restraint, they are about to be the next onslaught of mass shooters, girl. I want every documented Publishing Clearinghouse winner who was supposed to be on the books for checks for 2026 on out to have their asses locked up and or shipped out to another country because, girl, these are about to be the next bundle of mass shooters in the country, girl. When the news breaks, girl, that another Catholic school done been shot up, another elementary school, another middle school, another damn church, another festival, girl, the first thing I'm going to be asking, bitch, is this bitch a Publishing Clearinghouse winner, girl? Because these folks are about to lose their shit. People who just knew, girl, they had secured their bag are about to be living out of a damn bag. And you can't tell me, girl, that's not going to result in some deep psychological disturbances, bitch. Oh, yes, John. You played yourself, girl. You played yourself, baby. Old McDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O-O-O, bitch. Now we know, girl, why had, past tense, were included in that goddamn childhood fable. Because old McDonald, girl, had them blew through his goddamn inheritance. So, my God, today, I am shook, girl, for Publishing Clearinghouse, and I am shook for Miss John, girl. We're going to keep her on the sick and shut-in list, bitch. Post-apocalyptic America, girl, the next bundle of goddamn psychopaths and mass shooters are going to be the previous Publishing Clearinghouse winners, girl, who done lost their goddamn mind and gone completely AWOL in the country, bitch. I want them hoes shipped up out of here, bitch. I want them Publishing Clearinghouse assholes shipped up out of her, girl. The rest of us shouldn't have to suffer, girl. Okay, because Publishing Clearinghouse done fucked the thing up. Now, speaking of fuck the thing up, girl, and a way out, a UFO was hit by hellfire missiles and practically unaffected, you guys. My God, today. UFO hit by hellfire missile in video keeps flying without damage. According to reports, a new clip from a congressional UAP hearing shows a glowing orb over Yemen dodging a hellfire heat-seeking missile fired by a U.S. MQ-9 Reaper. The orb zipped away unharmed. Congressman Eric Berselin says the footage comes from a whistleblower and is under independent review. Check out this footage, you all. Let me blow this up for y'all. This is the orb. It's about to be intercepted by a heat-seeking missile. Boom! This motherfucker do a little twirl, girl, and keeps on spinning. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now, you guys know, because we did a review for it last year, we finally had a UFO alien disclosure that took place in the highest courts in the land, which was the Supreme Court's, girl, where U.S. authorized military sat before Congress and disclosed to the American people that we have extraterrestrial technology and that we are also in possession of extraterrestrial bodies, otherwise occupants who are maneuvering and driving these vehicles. Now, I've been thinking, girl, you know, that if this shit here gets any worse, and it is, you know, I'm this close to doing a seance and summoning ETS. And go ahead and beaming me the fuck up, girl, and let me be found in the backseat of a goddamn UFO, bitch. Okay? Because anywhere got to be better than home at this motherfucking point. A motherfucking U.S. missile shot at a UFO. And the damn UFO destroyed the goddamn missile, bitch. And what's fascinating to me is that we are so polarized as earthlings by everything going on with poverty and health and wellness that we don't even give a damn. That we are literally living in a post-alien world where these things have officially been legitimized. We don't even give a damn. Because who gives a fuck about aliens when you can't afford fucking rent, right? Who gives a fuck about aliens, baby, when your goddamn baby daddy is dragging you through custody court? Who gives a damn, right, when your Spanish maid is being fucking deported back to the Mediterranean due to Trump's immigration bullshit? And the fact that these little motherfuckers are just flying around the air, girl, and deep diving into the volcanoes and the oceans and just looking at the shit show of Earth, girl, is a whole cackle. The fact that aliens are sitting with their goddamn popcorn, girl, watching the Earth go to goddamn hell is a whole nother type of a cackle. And it gets better than this. Do you guys know that last year, I believe over in Russia, a UFO shot down a military helicopter and killed 2 military officials? Remember when those goddamn space aliens exploded and disseminated themselves over a Las Vegas neighborhood? What, 2-3 years ago? Fucking extraterrestrial beings were crawling all over the goddamn rooftops. Spaceships were seen on the door cam footage or the door dash footage of patrol cars. Baby, the scriptures say signs and signs and signs, girl, that we're going to have signs of the end times, girl. There's going to be rumors of war. There's going to be perpetual and heightened violence in the earth. That parents will be killing their kids and kids will be killing their parents. Where love will be bleak. Where there will be famine and natural disaster and all type of bizarre shit happening in our airwaves. Oh, baby. Baby, we in the end games now. And ET might be our only goddamn hope. But alternatively, a UFO technically is an unidentified flying object. For all we know, what we're really looking at is not even a fucking alien spacecraft being intercepted by a heat-seeking missile. This could be a spiritual fucking entity. This could be a fucking angel. This could be a fucking principality. Who fucking knows what type of metaphysical object or thing that is able to fly, float, and be unaffected by man-made aggression. Earth is gonna get real fascinating, bitch. You better stay woke. You better stay woke, baby. Because while Yemen is putting heat-seeking missiles, girl, on UFOs, angels, and spiritual fucking entities, girl, Mariah the Scientist say, the hell with all that, bitch. She's trying to pay for the suppression of some of these jail calls that have exposed how much Young Thug does not, in fact, love her ass, girl. Text messages from Mariah the Scientist, who recently found out that Young Thug was cheating on her by hooking up and having relations with a female guard, has now been published. Poor Mariah is attempting to pay somebody to keep this information out of public view because she feared for the humiliation of it all. And here are those text messages. Now, what I'm going to assume is that these are text messages possibly between Trasha K and Mariah the Scientist. Mariah the Scientist is in the, let me see, she's in the green. No, so Mariah the Scientist is in the gray. All right. So Mariah says, good afternoon. Was wondering if you could email me some of the stuff. I've had some time to calm down. Well, good morning, where you're at. This person says, hey, I'm at IV therapy. Oh yeah, this is definitely Tasha K's broken body ass, who probably, since all this shit that came out about Young Thug, has probably received more intel from side pieces and the whores that he's been hooking up with behind Mariah the Scientist's back that she's willing to put out. And Mariah the Scientist is trying to, create a little sweetheart deal with the sued one herself. Mariah says, oh, thank you. The blogger says, almost home, I'll send it. Just sent you a large email file of text messages. Mariah says, your answer won't change our agreement, but rather will have an effect on how I feel. Are you agreeing to this because you really understand, or is it about the money? I just want to know that someone understands me. And my next question is, would you ever help me look into the FOIA process if I decided I wanted that help? Okay, now let me look up the acronym for FOIA. And obviously, there's some type of money transaction in all of this. And Mariah is wanting to know the motivations. Okay, the Freedom Information Act. I told you guys this is how those text messages were being leaked. I mean, those jail calls were being leaked to begin with. The blogger responds, honestly, Mariah, it's both. From a woman's perspective, I feel you. I can understand why you wouldn't want it out. From a business perspective, I'm actually taking a loss financially, but because you absolutely have pulled at my heartstrings, I will make the sacrifice and just rely on the universe to bless me. Girl, the things y'all bring the universe in. Yes, I'd help, but only if you're strong enough to handle it. And then she says, I appreciate your honesty. And then, of course, Trasha K publishes these goddamn text messages because you're always making a goddamn deal with the motherfucking devil. Tasha K gonna get the story, gonna stab you in the back, and still get her clicking a view, and her Google Accents, girl, all in one setting. Poor Mariah. Such a Dixie bobblehead child. Who's more worried about suppressing the tea as it relates to the truth about her relationship than just packing up all her goddamn fur coats and making sure that she run off with all her panties and skirts so that young thug doesn't have anything else to wear. Okay? Because that's what the fuck I would be doing. The blogger says, I understand. Mariah says, I would have been willing to find a creative way to support you. This is seriously hurting me. My relationship has been destroyed in so many ways. You have no idea. I've already been embarrassed, and I truly wish this wasn't happening to me. Can you please delete the post? I am begging you to just work with me. As a person, as a woman, this has truly affected me and has taken away my desire to live life to the fullest. If you can let me know what you spent investing in those videos, I will reimburse you. Please talk to me. Oh, God, the pitiful girl is begging. Mariah, baby, your priorities are all fucked up, sugar. Girl, it's no point in even Trasha K taking a post down because you should already know through common social media sense that it's already been screenshotted, screen grabbed, and repurposed and reshared across all social media by other commentators and viewers, etc. I don't understand why you're more obsessed with a cover-up regarding the transgressions of your man. But then again, that goes to show how egotistical you are, that this is what you're worried about. It's the way this looks rather than hauling ass. Okay? This does not say anything about you. This makes Young Thug look like a piece of shit, literally and figuratively speaking. Your man should be the one doing PR damage. Your man should be the one trying to stop whatever from coming out that would cost you your image. Instead, you're doing all the work as always. Poor thing. And Trasha K is just taking advantage of your frail ass. My. I don't know if I'm more embarrassed that she got cheated on, or I'm more embarrassed at how pitiful Mariah is. And the gag about it is Mariah probably going to do all this, be humiliated, pay a blogger to take down post, hurt, cry, be distraught, only in time to turn around and take this fucking nigga back. Mariah, go sue that nigga for emotional goddamn distress, bitch. Okay? Sue his ass for reputational damage and harm and emotional distress, girl. You should be in negotiations with him, girl. How much are you going to run me for this heartbreak? You should be the one extorting his ass at this motherfucking point, girl, because I know that you got secrets to tell. I know that you got shit to hold over his head, girl. You should be in negotiations with your man and asking him, honey, how much of that coin he's willing to run you to not do his ratchet black ass in. And I hope your ass is running down there to the goddamn urgent care, girl, and to the goddamn free clinic and getting them coochie lips pierced and tested accordingly. Because your man might have been throwing dick and ass from east to west, baby. He got side chicks that he ready to impregnate and prepared to indulge in more goddamn raw sex, baby. You better be down there getting your blood work done. While you worried about Trasha fucking K taking down the goddamn post. This is pitiful. Poor thing. Go fuck on Lil Baby. Get your lick back. Go eat Glorilla's box. Get your lick back, sis. Go from burning blue to seeing motherfucking red, bitch. It's time for you to get your lick back, bitch. Get into your thin line between love and hate shit. Because I'm experiencing secondhand embarrassment for Mariah right now. She literally has to be like naive and innocent to have literally played coy and played nice with Trasha Coochie fucking K, who chewed her ass up and spit her ass off the damn bone. Silly hoe, how you figure? He won't fuck your best friend and your sister. Lie to ya and then screw ya and get mad if his homeboys do ya. Oh, he's a nigga. Don't let him fool ya. They all dogs. That's what they do. Baby, Earth is acting up real bad, bitch. Real bad. On a lighter note, Atlanta. My God, today. Why Atlanta's iconic rainbow crosswalk won't be removed despite federal pushback. Rainbow crosswalks are disappearing across the country under federal pressure from federal and state officials. But Atlanta has assured its residents that the iconic intersection at 10th Street and Piedmont Avenue will remain untouched. The brightly painted crosswalk located in the heart of Midtown, where Atlanta Pride and Black Pride celebration posts each year, is protected because it's a city-owned and taxpayer-funded piece of art. The assurance comes as other cities, particularly in Florida, have been forced to remove rainbow crosswalks after federal officials claimed they violate roadway safety guidelines. In July, U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy launched a campaign declaring roads are for the safety and not political messages or artwork. All right, you guys know the rest of this shit. You know, the reality is, girl, it's the federal government who's lucky that they're able to not touch them damn rainbow crosswalks, because, girl, you would literally have to genocide the entire goddamn city of Atlanta to get rid of the crosswalk, because the whole goddamn city is a goddamn rainbow crosswalk. Okay? You would have to literally remove Atlanta itself, bitch. So, by the hair on the federal government, shinny chin chin, girl, they didn't even get an opportunity, girl, to welcome that smoke against them, baby. Okay? Because the rainbow is the city of Atlanta. And shout out to all of the advocates and all of the great, wonderful people, girl, who keep repainting that shit, even in the states where it is federally prohibited, child. The people are, you know, resilient and committed and steadfast, girl, in giving the government a big kick to its fat ass. And I am here for all of it, girl. This was quite a show. Tell me what you guys think about UFOs getting hit with heat-seeking missiles and being unaffected. What you think about Paul Wall's seemingly guilt about getting so many other Black men addicted to lean and drugs and trauma, and Kodak Black driving and drinking fucking syrup loud live and in goddamn color, and Jess and T.S. Madison going head to head all over again, and Charlie Sheen and all of his goddamn mess, baby. It's a lot going on, and it's going to continue to be a lot going on, and I'm probably going to be right back here later on, because I am going to watch this Charlie Sheen documentary, which is a 2-part series on Netflix. I'm probably about to go do that now. So we may be back with the review before the day is out. Make sure that you guys thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. And if you love the King so much, baby, you can definitely donate to the platform. Cash App, $, Consciouztv, and or paypal.me/Consciouztv. All handles are in the description box below. And I will see you all later. Peace.